Tetzan, 216. Learning now Siman Reish Tetzael, which is the halachot of Birkat Hareach, the brachot and besamim. In a minute you'll see how it's connected in a very big way to the man. Reish Tetzael. The Shulchan Aruch says in Siman Reish Tetzael Sif Aleph, אסור ליהנות מריח טוב עד שיברך קודם שיריח. You cannot smell, let's say, besamim or אגסים until you make a ברכה. אבל לאחריו, unlike food, if you make the ברכה before, when you make ברכה אחרונה after, but besamim, there's no bracha after, and we are going to see in a minute 2 reasons why. Why not? Let's first look in the Mishnah Berurah. You say we take Mishnah Berurah.
Yeah. What?
Siman Reish Tetzael. The Shulchan Aruch says you cannot benefit or smell a good smell do not make him. Look at the Mishnah Berurah. אסור ליהנות וכמו שאסור ליהנות באכילה ושתייה עד שיברך, ותעשה ברכה שהכל מזונות על מועצה. How do I know that you have to say ברכה before even by smell? והסמכו ההקרא, הכתיב כל הנשמה תהלליה. כל הנשמה תהלליה, במשמע שאף הנשמה תהלל על הדעתה.
נשמה,
נשימה
או נשמה?
No, the neshima is not there from the smell. Think for a minute, which part of your body is really enjoying the smell?
Neshama enjoys nice music too. Neshama, I think.
In a minute you'll see the question, how come by music there's no bracha? It's a question. He's asking a good question. How come by music we don't say bracha? You see the Canadian rock is a good
love it.
Many things.
This is an asmachta.
He says בפירוש, והסמכו משם סקר.
Then it would be a doraita.
It's a כולי עלמא אסמכתה. Except the Ritva in Masechet Rosh Hashanah, that says that every asmachta is a trace of the Doraita. All the Rishonim say every asmachta is the Rabbanan. What you refer is every Isur or Chiyuv the Rabbanan. Anyway, look a little further. עד שיברך הברכה מבוארת, קודם שיריח, so when do you make the ברכה? ובעינה עובר לעשייתם, the same as before I bite into a cake, before I drink my coffee. וכמו האכילה ושאר מצוות. כתבו האחרונים,
No, he makes a statement here that's not so. באיזו דבר שהוא הנאה לנשמה בלבד.
יופי, המילה בלבד.
Where's the proof of that statement?
Okay, חז"ל, זה אומרים חז"ל. טוב, fine, זה אומרים חז"ל. So yesterday last night I looked in the Dirshu Mishnah Berurah, asking the same question, good music. If you really enjoy real fine music, it's as good as the psalm. This is the difference. Good music does not become part of you. Smell is mamash.
There are molecules, yes.
The more מעניין, תחשוב טוב תראה, you listen to music, you are in seven, no.
It's really, physically, you're right. I mean, biologically, yeah, sure.
No, this is exactly what they said.
So it's more like
if you see an amazing scene, again, you feel like there's no real chilek.
So if you have a meat sandwich, you should be supposed to smell good pizza.
Yeah, okay. So now the question is, If Chachamim are really compelling, ברכת הריח ברכה על food, how come after I'm not making the bracha? עכשיו זו שאלה יפה. Remember, without this introduction, so look in מרן, אבל לאחריו, אין לברך כלום. Why not? Look at the משנה ברורה. Look at the first line on top. לא תקלו ברכה אחרונה, רק באכילה ושתייה, ולא בריח, הנאה מועטת. See, the Mishnah Berurah chose to bring us Rashi Masechet Avodah Zarah that gives this reason. Unlike food, the pleasure is a much greater pleasure. Mashiach Be'ana, it's not as big. So before you smell, you have to make a bracha. After you smell, you are not. Look a little further.
But sometimes you have to smell a little bit to know whether you should say bracha if it's something that's good.
No, very often. Yeah. Look further, כתבו הפוסקים, כתבו הפוסקים, היו לפניו שתי ברכות, אחת של טעם ואחת של ריח. You have a piece, it's page שין ממחד, שין ממחד. If you would go on the page שין ממחד, you would always tell Zayas if you have on the table a good besamim and bezolot, which one should you make first? היו לפניו שתי ברכות, אחת של טעם ואחת של ריח, נוטל תחילה המין של טעם בימינו. First the cake, first the water.
Not benefiting from the other.
בימינו. לפי שהיא חשובה, שנכנסת לגוף. This goes back to what we spoke before. Which ברכה is a more ברכה? It's considered more חשוב, ואחר כך נוטל ריח וברך. Now same this question. עוד נדבר בפוסקים, if you like opera, if you really like opera, yes, I know a fellow, he told me, he's only Galeadim Ulam Azeh when listen to Chazal. Chazal, opera. Why don't you make a bracha? The same type of bracha. Look, וכתבו עוד הפוסקים, where is it? I'm reading משנה ברורה, the 7th line, 6. עוד נתבהר בפוסקים, ודווקא הריח תקנו חכמים ברכה, ולא הקטעת הנפוץ. רוצה לומר, ושומע הכל נעים, שאין בו ממש. וכן, לא תקעה כאן לדעת מקים לברכה על איגוד שאולה, על איגוד ג'קוזי, ושום דאין נכנסים לגוף. food.
Good jacuzzi, yeah, fun.
No, whatever you want. He says, whatever does not become part of your body, Chachamim did not establish bracha. So the reason why you don't, what do you say? When you say
good smell, what kind of good smell are we talking about?
The smell.
Sometimes
You
you
see,
shampoo and it has
the
good smell.
really just
Sometimes you have
waves.
perfume.
Yeah, but this
But
shampoo normally is an artificial type of smell.
okay.
Most of the smells that you have today, even perfumes, unless you pay a nice amount of money, it's a mixture of a lot of chemicals.
Okay.
But the original, the Shulchan Aruch gives you a list of etrogim or adasim or whatever.
Okay.
I always get mixed up between asper and asper to know what to asper.
This is why the Ashkenazim, to avoid the problem, say everything with the same bracha. But Maran,
You're allowed to say it on, I say,
because of his confusion.
I don't know what's asper or asper or asper. I get mixed up.
No,
I think it's
but the Sfaradim,
Like cinnamon.
יוצא ודאי.
Right.
No, look at cloves, you know.
So do
Yeah,
I,
like-
and I'm having a major problem. I've already gone through 2 bottles. They don't smell anymore. I bought fresh, I went to bought pears, I bought another one, and I can't seem to get that has it's strong. I'm using like you clove. I designated for Shabbat. And I bought the second bottle. I bought my wife tells me.
Barely, after a while, it loses its smell.
No, I just bought fresh. I just bought fresh pears. I just bought. And I bought a cheap one, I bought a better one.
look, this is
I'm
not
asking
my,
you.
this is not
In
my,
Israel, you buy flowers.
this is not my topic, but look at
I'm
Saif
sorry.
Bet, Sammy's question.
סעיף
Saif Bet,
ב'.
עם זה שיוצא ממנו הריח עץ או מין עץ, מברך בורא עצי בשמים. See, Maran is very
Okay.
clear, if you know what it's iron
Okay. Alright.
ואם הוא עשב,
Uh,
מברך בורא יסווה בשמים.
What about the things they make for the closet?
ואם אינו לא מין עץ ולא מין עשב, like מושג is perfume produced from a certain animal, מברך בורא מיני בשמים. Okay?
That's Aseh and that's Mina. Where's Aspid? Where's Aspid?
No, you see, he told you, if it comes from a herb, here, the second line, the same. אם הוא עשב, מברך בורא יסווה בשמים.
Aspid.
בורא, the second line,
So what's considered our
Shulchan Aruch.
שולחן ערוך
Oh
מפורש.
man, yeah. You mean
Here,
Aseh,
Rabbi Yedid
Borei
was
Aseh.
officiating the wedding of
You mean Aseh, Borei Aseh.
of
When is it
Joseph.
etched, Jojo? When is it etched?
I guess a tree like
No, now we're, there's never Aseh.
I don't think you ever.
of course we do. What's it called? Hadassim.
Hadass is etched?
Borei Aseh.
When we give it out.
It's a bush. The bush here is considered etz also. He's right.
A gardenia.
What
What
would-
No, I agree.
What would
Gardenia, we say
I don't
Aseh.
know.
And the lavender thing is made for a closet freshener. Would that be? But it has a screw. it has a
Sammy,
very-
The
gardenia.
lavender is mainly
Yeah,
that's it.
Is
an
Aseh,
artificial
so
compound. It's a
flowers.
chemical. It makes you
So
feel.
what's
Anyway,
Aseh?
I don't know.
If you made everything I said, then what's Aseh?
Rabbi Yedid was officiating his wedding with religion. And they invited Rabbi Alman to say the bracha besamim. And you hear at the microphone, he tells him, Borei Yisveh besamim.
What was it?
Rabbi Alman was ready to say, Borei Mineh besamim. Whatever.
Oh, you didn't see?
I didn't see Baruch Hashem. Yeah, it was...
He gave him Aseh,
Like
Aseh.
לא,
maybe-
אמר לו, אתה שומע
Sammy, a
במיקרופון,
cinnamon,
הוא
a
אומר,
cinnamon clove.
but he assumed that you would say,
Maybe that's Asbeh.
So Rabbi, someone was saying Havdalah, and they would say they had COVID and they couldn't smell. So why say the bracha?
That happened.
so Hila is asking,
Oh, that's a real question.
We had that situation.
Happens-
We had that.
yeah,
We had a
happens
few
most of
times.
us.
Rabbi,
Yeah,
a few
okay.
times in COVID, you went over that.
so the
I
question
forgot the
is,
answer, but-
can Sammy, who has COVID, lost his smell, can make a bracha for his kids? This is the real question.
That's all right. So they
Says Maran, believe it or not, the answer is yes. Why? Because you're not saying it for yourself, you're saying it for Kulam. All the Achronim disagree. And they say, right now,
it's almost like not drinking.
But Seheneh, but
right now, you're not benefiting from it. I cannot say She'akol for you
Right.
if I'm not drinking.
Right.
See, this is why all the Achronim disagree. But Maran
Who, Maran?
is the
Maran,
one that says you can do it.
Yeah.
And all the Achronim, what is the logic? What is the
Hard to
logic?
understand.
תשמע טוב, יש פה דבר עמוק מאוד. You see, Rabbi Maselton said this morning, Agomer, because he went to care for Florida. Theoretically speaking, even if he's not coming from Florida, the same way I can make a bracha for you on Kiddush, all those who came from trips have to say Agomer, it's a mitzvah.
No, you could just say it with one.
So why do you Rabbi Maselton, he
But that
came?
one has to have come. Yeah, you can't not come and say to everybody, could I never left my house and say go beyond for the other people?
Okay, good. So this is really the question.
say
The question
no.
is, if what you're helping another person is a ma'aseh mitzvah, even if you are not chayav, you can do it. I already made kiddush for my family. I'm taking a walk with my wife. Okay? A neighbor says, a widow says,
Come in,
I'm not chayav in kiddush. For me, it's a Sunday already.
Kiddush on
Friday
Friday night.
night. You can say kiddush 10 times. Why?
Don't you have to drink wine?
The wine is the less of the problem.
Oh.
The mitzvah, there is a mitzvah min Torah to make kiddush. The minute לפי רמב"ם מן התורה, in a minute. The minute I made kiddush Friday night, for me it's a Sunday, but as far as kiddush, how can I make kiddush for my neighbor? Says the Gemara in Rosh Hashanah, okay. Says the Gemara in Rosh Hashanah, Daf 29, okay.
We should have it. I maybe don't.
שאלה יפה מאוד, תקשיב.
לא מבין למה you can
עכשיו,
say
טוב, לא מבין good.
Because you're saying that somebody who can't say.
He's asking you only later. He's asking you to explain what. Listen.
If you made Havdalah and you didn't have it in mind,
Sam,
it's a problem.
listen. I'm reading you Gemara Rosh Hashanah 29 at the bottom. This is the Abba של כל הדיבורים האלה. תניא אבא בריידר רבי זירא, כל הברכות כולם, אף על פי שיצא. הוא יוצא ובקידוש מוציא, חוץ מברכת הלחם והיין, שהכל הקנת מזונות הקן. says רש"י, שהרי כל ישראל ערבים זה בזה. It's my responsibility to make sure that my neighbor makes kiddush. So even though I was yotze, but as long as she cannot be yotze without me, I become ברכות ברכת המצוות. שופר, אותו דבר בדיוק. You can, a fellow who blew שופר, הוא ותיקים. William is a different story.
Okay, let's say man.
Okay?
I can make a belacha again to motzi.
10 times. חוץ
That's the rabbi walking
same,
around the
the
house
love
with
is the same.
Well, he
Forget
has
the
to shake
aspect
it.
that everyone loves it. You don't hear the school.
Love, he has to shake it. I can't shake it for him.
But you can say the bracha even
And
though
he
you're not
shakes
shaking.
And he shakes it.
A guy borrows your tefillin, he says, I don't have to say the
Okay,
bracha.
call it berachot, except lechem and yain.
Why lechem and yain is different?
Why?
It says, ושאר ברכת הפירות שאינם חובה. Mel Cohen wants to drink coffee. He's not חייב to drink coffee. You want to. buy tefillin, buy shofar, buy kiddush, buy lulav, buy mezuzah, buy talet. So the rule is every mitzvah that any other Jew is chayav, I can, יופי. עכשיו, let's go now, תראה איזה יופי זה. is בורא מיני בשמים יראה, סדר עיניים, חובה או ברכת נהנים? How do you look at it?
Saturday night in Havdalah?
Yeah. This is Maran. Maran is of the opinion, Sammy, since it was established as part of Havdalah, this is a mitzvah. So even though you have covered and you lost your sense of smell, the wife is obligated to say, the children, the Achoronim are saying, it's really a Birkat HaNe'enim that was pushed.
That's the
מחלוקת יפה, אתה מבין? מחלוקת יפה מאוד, מאוד.
right. Okay, that's
The same,
legitimate.
the same
Push
question.
or-
I forgot, if you do it the next day, Havdalah, you don't say Besamim, you don't say Ish. Which one does you usually go?
You don't say Esh.
You don't, but you say Besamim.
You don't say Besamim, I can say now and tonight and tomorrow. You don't have to say Besamim right now.
The Sabbath is easy.
It's just a berachah.
November,
Worst
where-
comes to worst, it's
But-
berachah
but
that you
where-
say
Right.
on Tuesday.
November, where האש is אסור to say something. Besamim, you don't have to.
That's what
Rabbi, what about high quality perfume that's nature natural and you just want to smell it because it's nice?
Oh, a second.
It's not a problem.
Rani,
Otherwise, it would be a problem.
Rani, please repeat the question.
What about a high quality perfume that's natural from flowers and you just want to smell it because it's nice? There's no religious significance, you just want to smell it. Does that have a need for a beracha?
To Maran, you have to make a beracha. If you know for sure, but remember, if you paid $60 to $80, you can make a beracha. If you paid less, you're making beracha.
No, you can. Should you? You must.
What do you mean should you? Should you when?
In other words, if you, I want to smell. I'm putting on cologne in the morning, a high quality cologne, and it smells nice. It's also good after I shave, so I say beracha for that.
That's your cologne does need a beracha. I'm saying it
Any
respectfully.
cologne, high quality, low quality.
No, Rabbi, he's saying, in other words, in just stam, could you make a beracha if you like the smell of a fragrance?
If you like very much and you smell it for the smell, then you're
Chayav to make
chayav.
beracha, not could you. Chayav.
Ronnie, depends how much you like it, Ronnie.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Obviously,
Ronnie, we missed you. Feel better, Ronnie.
Yeah, I'm listening in though. Thank God. I think I'm clear. Just in these, I was next to the rabbi.
guys, when we put the perfume as men, it's only to impress others, so nothing to do with you, yes? you bought it having in mind people. So it's definitely not because you like it, yes?
No,
You
Rabbi, it's good after the shave. After the shave, it's good to put on sometimes. It's not today.
tell me it's a nice time, yes?
Nice time, Rabbi.
When was
Rabbi,
last time?
I
my
wanna
wife
guess
was-
how many times you put on cologne. I wanna take a guess.
I was not over על כלי גבר על אישה. Only when I was single. Sometimes nowadays, the cheapest.
Yeah.
The cheapest, yeah.
Right, what
Because
if-
also, remember also when you're young, you sweat much more. Look
Right,
now,
right, just
One
to-
more
wait, I
thing
wanna
about
clarify something. When you leave the bisamim and the liquid, right, and they're pouring it, once it dries up, you can't, even though you smell it, you can't say bracha on it.
there's nothing there.
There's nothing, yeah, but even though there's still the smell lingering in your hand. Right.
Look now,
Rabbi Amoriel, Shalom. So when he was single, when he was 10, when he was 15, age 16, he wasn't Shomer Shabbat. Zero, not Shomer Shabbat, zero. His whole family, 106 relatives got together, only 5 were not Shabbat.
oh,
Wow,
In France. This
Wow.
is,
Whoa.
80 years ago. So now, when he's 40, he's a rabbi with a beard like this, longer than your beard. He's still wearing perfume. And then one time he comes to my house, no more perfume. He says, I must have been crazy. He said, what am I doing? But he grew a habit. French, yeah, okay.
Rabbi Amoriel.
When you say bracha to somebody else, is it allowed on the shoot?
Yeah.
When you say it,
is that,
it's not allowed
someone that
on your
died
wife.
with the ladder?
no.
Because it's a shoot for her.
Correct.
And even though she would say
By
bracha.
shofar, it's the same.
But I'm saying to Ashkenaz, I'm saying you, because she's gonna say bracha, she doesn't know how.
She's obligated. Listen
Right, so it has to.
Arvut means she's obligated to be Jewish. I help her.
Not
With
only
shofar, she can do it. She's not obligated.
Not the
This is
Kohen
why I
rabbi.
can-
Not the-
so on your shoot you don't, even though it's a mitzvah, it's still to shoot you don't.
She has a mitzvah if she does it, but she's not obligated. to do it.
Understood, no.
Now, you know, look now in Sha'ar HaTziyun, Gimel. Now we're going to connect it to the money. Look at Sha'ar HaTziyun the first line. Sha'ar HaTziyun.
Rashi?
So Sha'ar HaTziyun, the first word says Rashi, which means the reason he gave us, there is no beracha acharona after perfume, is because it's not as chashuv, it's Rashi. ויש עוד טעם. Here. Sammy, look, this is a very important. ויש עוד טעם. There is another reason why we won't make a bracha after we smell the real perfume, שכבר נפסק ההנאה לגמרי. The pleasure is the second we smell. The dummy, it's like, למעט נתעכל המזון במאיו,
There's no more bracha.
You ate cheesecake this morning. Let's say this morning, 7:05. By 8:20, you cannot say anymore on the Why? Because the food was digested. What do we see? So he says, every time you want to say a bracha after you smell the good smell, it's like the food that was digested because there's nothing left there. It's brilliant. You
I understand.
We say the beracha first.
Because the sense is just fleeting. It's just fleeting. It's just almost momentarily, seconds. It's not just last, right? That's the point.
Listen careful. Listen careful. This is the Kolma. Kolma is one of the Rishonim. You have your book in front of you. Open in Siman Kuf Pei Dal. Kuf 184.
184.
Kuf 184 will help you because it's not the numbers. 184. Kuf Pei Dal. Oh no, you don't. Seif Hey. Kuf Pei Dalet Seif Hey. It's page Reish Lamed Tet.
You want the page? Yeah, you want the page?
You got it?
Again, Siman Kuf Pei Dalet Seif Hey. Please listen good. Sam is page Reish Lamed Tet. עד אם אתה יכול לברך. You ate מזונות this morning, you ate bread. How much time do you have? Whatever you heard from the rabbis, keep if you want. But let's see what Shulchan Aruch says. עד אם אתה יכול לברך, עד שיתעכל המזון שבמאיו. until the food in your body was digested. The kama shiuro, how would you?
Depends on the food.
Remember, he's talking now basically about bread.
Yeah.
Later we'll talk about protein. וכמה שיעורו, כל זמן שאינו רעב, מחמת אותה אכילה. If you feel that the food is still sustaining you, and you're not hungry for the same type of food, ומשעה שהתחיל להיות רעב, the minute you feel that you are hungry again, אף על פי שלא נתעכל עדיין לגמרי, כן נתעכל לגמרי דיינה. So let's go back. The reason why I cannot make a bracha after good perfume is because the minute I smelled it, it's like 72 minutes. Remember, the poskim to make us feel 72 minutes. Okay? Comes the Chazon Ish, and he has a question. The Gemara says in Masechet Yoma, Daf Ayin, that the man that they ate, the man got integrated in your body right away. You never had to go to the bathroom for the man.
No waste.
There's no waste.
What berachah did they make on it? Shakol Rabbi.
The Gemara says that they made Birkat HaMazon on it. Moshe Rabbeinu established Birkat HaMazon. We are talking the bracha after. We are talking about the bracha after. The bracha before is not Moshe. The bracha after is Milat Torah. The Gemara says the Chazon Ish, the same reason you don't say a bracha after a good smell, you cannot say Birkat HaMazon on man, because the minute you ate it, it's gone. Here it is. If I had cake this morning, the cake is in my intestines. In an hour and a half. Obviously, based on this, the trick and all these questions is it sounds okay.
Good morning, everyone.
And you and million other people every day came out. His question is based on the assumption. If you ask, local rabbis, why can't you make a bracha an hour later? As long as the food, this is the way you normally think before the Chazon Ish ruling. Because before it's digested, it's as if you're still eating. The food in your stomach is basically still in your body, yes? He says, in the man, was gone the minute you ate it.
But Rabbi, after they ate the man, were they hungry? Were they not hungry after 5 minutes or after 2 hours?
They're probably not. It's a good question. We assume, good question.
They only need to eat once a day, or is it every hour? How often do they
Whenever
eat?
you felt you want to have an ice cream or watermelon or sorbet or mezonot or banana,
Probably that day.
it's very interesting.
It means when you absorb it doesn't mean you become hungry instantly.
Nachon, but you would say, he says, even if the food is biologically then observed in your body.
I'm not hungry 1 hour and 12 minutes after I eat.
Hungry means to death food. Anyway, says the Chazon Ish, it is.
What about this? He wants lunch. He eats breakfast, lunch, dinner now. He eats the man in the morning. You don't eat again for the day?
No, he eats it morning, night.
So there's a little piece he has.
He breaks it, he cooks it, he boils it, he fries it.
Right?
That's what it said.
It's a famous Hasidic story. It's a good story. It's not for us, but the point of the story is very good. It's a real Hasidic rabbi. His name was Rabbi Ron Karlin. He was Ish Kadosh Bemet. 250 years ago. 250 years ago, here. Hasid came to him to pour his heart. In the middle of the conversation, the Hasidic rabbi takes an apple and he makes Baruch Atah Hashem Borei Priyat, takes a bite. The Hasid thinking, look, the rabbi and me are the same. I'm hungry, I take an apple. He's hungry, I'm here. The rabbi realized so he says like this, there are two types of people. Some people like to eat all the time. But you cannot eat before you make a bracha. Okay, mezonot, ha'etz, adama. Some people like to make a blessing. But if you make a blessing, it's a bracha lebatala. It is. So you take the apple to give you an opportunity to thank Hashem. When the Chassid started to cry, yes, so by the man.
You should not do that. I want to make the blessing. I really don't want this food. I'm eating it because I want to make the blessing. I want to be Yotzei.
If once in your life, till 120 years, you feel like this, you get Gan Eden straight. It is. The reason you took the food is only God I really want to bless.
If I eat a Seudah Shlishi, Rabbi, I don't want to eat this. I'm full. I'm full from lunch. I'm eating it only for the mitzvah of Seudah Shlishi. I have no interest in Seudah Shlishi.
Going straight to heaven. That's Rabbi.
I don't know about heaven, but I'm just, no, it's a fact. I don't want to eat this. Rabbi, it's a forced meal.
Okay.
Especially in the
Let's not get
winter.
into this. Okay.
It's a,
Especially.
no, I'm not, by the way,
Okay,
not me. I'm not
all right.
talking for me. I'm talking for many people. It's a forced meal.
Everyone says in Maran recognizes this problem.
Rabbi, I'm gonna say the whole thing about being in your system.
Bread.
Anyway, let's-
Bread.
We're
okay,
saying
That's
let's-
it, yeah.
I
Shit.
know, they
My
do
wife
it.
does that.
They do it the next video. We do it the
My
next.
wife does that.
They start, you even gave me
Oh,
a
you only
class.
can do it in the winter. You can't do it in the. You can't do it in the summer.
But they start at the nets, I go to the nets. and they
Unless
go-
you're eating lunch.
Right, they take
Yeah.
lunch.
Every Ashkenazic Sabbath in the winter goes like this. Right after the tefillah, the entire kahal is invited to
Yes.
Sabbath. There's bread on the table.
Bread.
Bread
What
on the
time is
table.
this?
Nets,
You
11,
wash,
you guys are
11:30.
nets.
Not even do it. You do regular first minute.
And then.
Listen to another advice and you do the mitzvah min Torah b'seudah shlishi. See, you come to the Sabbath, you wash, you make a motzi, you take a piece of fish, and you say Birkat Hamazon, finished. 45 minutes later, the main meal of lunch, you eat seudah shlishi. Seudah shlishi.
But they make up
The same way,
That's
of course, the same way, or
Depends how late. In the
or-
summer, you can't do that. It's very
or-
hot because unless you eat lunch
there's
late.
no need in the summer to do it.
Oh, because you have so much time. Okay, got it.
Talking about the winter,
Gotcha.
it's
That's
good.
why you do it. You're right, you're right.
not a little, my friend.
You do it here in order to avoid your problem.
A tenth is not a little, you gotta eat enough.
No, but he doesn't go to first minute.
Not a
I do
whole
it
big
for it, I go to
sandwich.
the nets for it. I do nets in Florida.
Why you
It's
walk?
very easy that in the
That's
winter
why.
because it's 7:20, it's much later than we play. Yeah. Anyway, says the Chazon Ish,
7:05.
listen
Yeah,
carefully.
walking.
Well, last week, now it's going.
Why?
Anyway, the Chazon Ish says, Chazon Ish says the reason, Eli, why you can make a bracha until the food is digested is not because while it's in your body, it's as if you're still eating. The halacha is every bracha has to be recited the minute you finish the food. Every bracha. If it's not digested, it's still considered eating. Consider that you.
So back to the man.
So Omer says the Chazon Ish by the man they had to say bracha immediately after. They couldn't say 10 minutes later. This is the point of the Chazon Ish. Again, listen carefully what the Chazon Ish says. He says the minute you finish your cake, your supper, first bread, you have to say the bracha. If you didn't say it right away because your body is not digest, it's not. What does it gain by it? What does it gain by it? Everyone knows. It's a cute topic to speak about. A convert, a goy, is converting to them. 1 o'clock, the goy has an appointment in Beijing. He goes to the mikveh. He figures the last time in my life.
Ham sandwich.
But real, as Eli said before. Okay, then he comes to the rabbis. Can you say Birkat Hamazon after? The Achila, Sammy, like this. Achila was as a good, better. But the Achila is true.
So based on this,
That
72 minutes, you can.
Video. So people are saying, if me and you can say bracha after 72, the goy can do the same.
I could bring some argument against, I imagine.
Another example, which is much more popular, is a kid is becoming bar mitzvah tonight. The son is setting tonight, I think, setting tonight at 5:15. He had a big party with his friends and he ate kosher. He's Birkat Hamazon then, when he ate at 4:30, he's making a banana. He didn't say Birkat
Should he
Hamazon.
wait and make
Is
it
it
right
chayav
now?
min Torah later or not?
Or to say it again?
To say it again or to say
Or better to
it's
say it.
exactly the same question. You realize?
Say it again.
In our Rabbi Kiva מסתפק again.
Yeah, say it again.
But
So you're saying to me, we wait till after it gets dark.
which means
It comes to you.
It's a Doraita mitzvah. The other one he did a Derabanan.
Here's the question. It says in the Torah, "Be'achalta,
The Achalta,
v'sabata, u'berakta."
The Achalta, he was a katan though. That
This
part
is-
of it was
This
not
is the
part
question.
of everything. The Achalta,
Chazon
Sabata,
Ish.
Digestion.
But the Achalta was
Yeah,
like, he was
yeah,
a
yeah,
katan.
yeah.
No, we just told you digestion.
This is the question.
We don't have
According,
the Achalta.
according to Chazon Ish, the Be'achalta is the only reason you say bracha. So he says,
Yeah.
by a goy, he's not saying a bracha, and the katan is chayav with the Rabbanan, not with the Torah, even though right now they don't. Here, he ate a full meal, because by mitzvah Torah, it is full to the brim. It's only half an hour after he ate, chayav with the Rabbanan, because they know Ba'achalta.
If the guy has a feeding tube, if the guy has a feeding tube,
But the feeding tube
unfortunately,
is different, unfortunately.
when the food's going to his stomach,
I know, because the food doesn't go.
there's no Achalta.
Everyone agrees that the food has to go
So
through
that you need
the
an Achalta.
digestive
It's gotta go through your mouth?
system.
That's come through your
Go
mouth?
through your
No,
stomach,
it's
it goes
not-
into your stomach.
Let's go through your
It's
throat.
not really being digested in the body. It goes into the ready-made food, so to say.
We're already broken down.
Broken down. This is the idea of this type of food.
Some
We have the same thing with having a child. We have the same issue. It doesn't go through that.
So
You
no
need someone-
ברכה ראשונה, אחרונה.
זו שאלה יפה. תקשיב
It's
טוב.
not- it's
זאת אומרת,
not-
מה מחייב אותך בברכת המזון? האם האכילה
סבתה, סבתה.
או בסבבה? This is exactly the question.
שבוע, right?
האם זה מצב or both? I mean, this is three ways. Now, here's, we spoke once about that. Listen carefully. Sunday, we're going to watch the Super Bowl. Yes?
Are you gonna watch it?
Who's gonna watch it together?
If you're not watching,
If
No,
you
no,
are
not you gonna watch it. Where are you gonna watch it? Are you watching it by Sammy?
He's just not gonna watch the halftime show. Go on.
Sam, every year, this Monday I'm going to ask the kids the same. One of them is going to ask me, Rabbi, did you ask
Do
this one?
you know the
So
score?
I'm telling the class, how many assumptions, let's say Melko is asking Rabbi Clark, how many assumptions did you have in this question? Give me
Do you have a
three.
TV?
Did you watch
Where's
it?
your
A, I
remote?
have TV.
No,
B,
fine,
I'm
it's
so
no fun.
stupid to waste 3.5 hours to watch the TV.
Rabbi,
See-
who is the pitcher for the Chiefs? Do you know who the pitcher is?
מה אתה עושה צחוק? עזוב, זה לא מעניין אותי בכלל.
Nothing, zero.
Anyway, no, but this is important. As a teacher, every time a kid asks me a question, I have to think, where is it coming from? You understand? If you train yourself to think like this, your answers will be much different by many times. You understand?
So when they ask you Super Bowl, what kind of?
That's of course, I listened to the news that morning. Right away, I did about the news. Did you watch him doing that? Rabbi, I heard it this morning in 30 seconds. Many times, big story. Baseball and this, the kids are having the ball.
Yeah, but you don't watch the halftime show.
Tell them that you once took your son to a baseball game.
Rabbi, I do it to be fair. Rabbi Ruderman said, Rabbi Ruderman came to this country, Rosh Yeshiva Baltimore. He came to Baltimore. He established there Israel. He came in the 20s. And some people met, helped him a lot. And he told him, Rabbi Ruderman, he was
Baltimore, yeah.
he's a brother of Rabbi Weinberg. Anyway, but some people told him, Rabbi, whenever you need me, I'm available, except Sunday afternoon. I remember he just comes from Lithuania. So he says for years he thought Rabbi has a chavruta.
Wow.
When he heard it in the summer, he goes to baseball game. In the winter, he says, Meshuggah, Meshuggah Zanadam, Meshuggahim. Couldn't compare.
It's true, it's true.
The answer is if you grew up with it, it's fine.
Culture, it's culture.
It's only culture.
They said the rabbi that wore a lot of talent.
Yeah. Rabbi Scheinberg.
It's like baseball.
Yeah.
He was a Yankee.